Control cell and submit. Hello. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Okay. What does it say? Ooh, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Hey, Joe, are you there?
Good morning. Yeah, I am. What's up?
Okay. Good morning. Trying to get some people logged in with phone only.
Okay.
So be patient.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you need any help. I know a little bit about Zoom.
All right. So the number he's calling in from, it says to enter a different code and everything else. So he's having trouble hitting in on the phone number. Do you have any suggestions?
And he has the password as well.
You have the password, Jerry? Yes.
All right. And it's, hold on one second. And it's not accepting his password?
Well, what was your password? He was using 037997 as the.
Here. He should be able to use the password. That. All right. Tell him try 704497.
Oh, hold on, Jerry. Hold on. Say that again, Joe.
Try 704497. That's the passcode I was given, but it's a meeting code. It shouldn't matter.
Try 704
497.
497.
It doesn't even let me get to the password. 704.
Oh, okay.
797.
That's what it is.
Meeting ID.
You have a meeting ID?
That's what it is. Yes, they have the meeting ID.
It repeats it back a completely different number, nowhere near the 830 number.
Okay, I think he's looking at the wrong agenda.
Tell him to, oh, he's calling in a Chicago number. He's got to do there's a Chicago number, like an 800 number. He's better off doing the Chicago number.
Did you hear that? Try the Chicago number.
That's what I've been doing.
The 312?
Yeah, that's the only number to call.
312-626.
Okay, 312-626-6799. And the meeting ID number, you got a pen?
Yes, 830.
No.
He's looking at the wrong agenda, I think.
You're looking at the wrong agenda. Do this.
Yes, I am.
Okay. It's 895.
Is the meeting number?
Yeah, ID number. 895 5000.
3 zeros.
Yep. 0883.
That's 895-500083.
0883.
So there's 4 zeros.
Yes.
Yes, total of 4 zeros, then 883.
And then the pass number is
70.
704 497.
497. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this.
No problem. Is anybody else on the meeting yet?
Hey, we actually hit the wrong button to hang up on the meeting. I mean, I guess I could sit in there with you guys, right?
Good morning, Councilman.
How about we do it there? Hi, Chief. How you doing?
Good, good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
I
We'll see
think
what-
Linda's just joining us. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
We got two more, Tricia and our attorney.
And this is August 20th. Okay, I got the right packet there.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, we're waiting for some more members here. Oh, we still need Dr. Brown.
The phone one, is that Jerry Baffa?
Yeah, but it doesn't show him coming up here.
I just called in, so I'm on there.
Oh.
Okay, well, I didn't say admit yet, so can you hear the conversation?
Sure can.
Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Um,
Chief, you're operating the controls today?
I am, so be patient.
Okay, this ought to be fun.
I found out this about 5 minutes ago, so usually Wendy's the master at it. I let her, but we never confirmed she was going to do it, so we just did it.
Okay.
you send, says what's your meeting ID, that in the account, says what's your the password your you try calling it again.
Steve, do you know who the two phone-ins are?
Jerry Bath is trying to call in as we speak. He's on the other line, getting directions. He's having a little difficulty. And
I don't know why that.
Tristan's just being admitted into the meeting. I'm still waiting on Doc.
Dave Pelk's on, Chief Pelk.
Okay, Dave. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Okay. Dr. Brown just got admitted, waiting for him to join.
There he is.
Okay. Oh, and Mark is coming on now.
There we go.
Code, you want me to try? I got the code. You want me to try to use it?
Here, you can do it right here. You there?
Yep, we're here.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah.
Jerry,
How do I find out how many people are here? Is there a total? Or is
yeah,
it just,
if you bifurcate your screen, there's a running list to the right.
okay.
Oh, who's there?
So that everybody on that list is here?
We have myself, we have Councilman Gardner, we have Linda Dunn, we have you.
Okay, I have Dr. Dershowitz came with me here because he's not used to this, and he's not sworn in, so he can't vote, but he's
Right.
here.
Okay, so we also have our attorney, Dave Westland. I believe Mark Hyduke, I believe that is. We have several people we have Dee Faber, Jeff Collins, and Joe Salas and Tristan from Superior. And we have Miss Abbott on. And that's it right now.
Okay.
So we're waiting for one more Board of Safety member to have a quorum.
Clark,
Is
is
that
Clark,
correct?
well, yeah, where's Clark and Batha?
Jerry's driving over to come into my office now. He was having difficulty getting onto the meeting.
Okay.
Or he was going to try again, I'm not sure.
And our clerk treasurer just logged on.
Good morning.
Hey there.
Morning.
I'm trying to sign here again for Dr. Dershowitz.
Who's the green?
Here.
No, go to the green phone symbol on the on the right. Go to the right. Okay. Whose number is that?
Don't know.
What's that phone number?
Hold on a second.
Will you let me in again?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Sorry.
I do have an invitation to join in.
How do I do this?
This will work. No, it'll be fine.
Can you go to the
Oh,
lower?
there. Here it is.
Okay.
This is
All right, hold on one second.
Mac.
You should be joining again, Doc.
Okay, so just push video audio through. Push audio through. Turn the computer audio.
We might get a little bit of feedback. Both Doc Brown and
I'll
Dr.
go.
Dershowitz.
Why don't you just stay in the background? Okay.
Okay.
I can just stay in the background.
Let me just turn this on.
Just tell me it's not gonna be like, can you just try it?
Okay,
Or,
If Dr. Dershowitz and Dr. Brown are together, one of them can mute their audio,
well, we
not
just,
just mute, but just disconnect from audio. If you're
Well,
in the
I'm just
same,
going to be in the background, okay?
he can't participate, so whatever, keep his germs away from me.
I need more volume. I'm hard of hearing something.
I'm giving you more.
I know, I need even more. Just go up to 100. It's not going to be too much, trust me. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't know who the second phone number
Okay,
is.
Doc, we're still waiting for either Mike Clark or Jerry
Mike,
Baff.
is Mike one of the voice, the telephone ones? Is there a telephone one?
There's two
One of those could be.
there's two telephone numbers I'm not aware of.
Hang on, let me-
One is Dave Pelk.
One's Dave, and I think the other one's
Dan Broman.
Dan Broman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6965, I believe, is Chief Pelk.
So Clark would be 1493. He's on.
He just got
I
on.
am on.
Okay, so we got a quorum.
Okay,
That is, we're only missing Baffin.
right, and he's on his way to my office, so.
Let me check the camera before, don't start yet. Make sure he's not in the hallway.
Nancy asked for a reprieve.
No.
The meeting hasn't started. I'm sorry, Mr. Westman. I think I got Green Bay banner hanging in the background there. Yeah, I saw that last time.
We're still waiting for Jerry.
All right, Doc, do you want to start or do you want to wait for Jerry?
Well, we can start with the consent. We can. I don't know. How long ago did he call you?
Few minutes.
About a few minutes ago, he was on his way. He just lives down the street.
Probably got a ticket.
Going too slow.
We can just.
Go ahead.
We can just start. I don't. Linda, did you guys do a separate thing with the ambulances?
I didn't send out a report. I was just going to verbally give a
Right.
report.
So I mean, but you and him talked about that.
Yeah.
So we could go. So I gotta find the agenda. Well, you can have a moment of silence. And then proceed to the pledge.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one
One
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
and
justice
justice
for all.
Okay, so is there a separate place to get the, why don't you be the keeper of the, Steve, can you be
All
the
right.
keeper of the agenda?
Okay, we did the pledge. Now it's the open to the public segment, 2 minutes maximum per person or 5 minutes as group spokesperson. Please keep comments civil and constructive to public policy issues. The chair at sole discretion may recognize individuals wishing to speak on different topics at any time and may end the open to public session. All speakers will be timed by the chair. This portion of the meeting shall not exceed 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I found mine. So is there any public present? No public? Okay, so I'll close the open to the public. Call to order, roll call. You want to take a roll call?
Sure, I can. Dr. Brown,
Present.
Linda Dunn,
Present.
Mike Clark,
Present.
let's see who else on the board there.
We have Dr. Dershowitz is here, but he doesn't count
Right,
today.
and Jerry Baffa, if you can see, just walked in.
Hi, Doc.
How you doing? Okay, so Jerry's here.
And Jerry's here. Okay,
So that's 4 out of 4
that's
right
4 votes, 4 out of 4.
Okay, the next thing is roll call. We had that already. We went backwards. Okay, so open the public agenda. Is there any, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda first?
I'll make a move to accept this consent.
Jerry made the motion. We need a second.
I'll second.
I'll second it.
At 2
We have a-
seconds.
We have a motion, Jerry
Linda-
Baffa, seconded by Mike Clark,
Any discussion?
That was Linda done, actually.
or Linda Dunn.
Any discussion? None? If there being none, can I have a vote to approve?
Jerry does have one question
Okay.
in the consent agenda.
The Highland Police Department annual storage fees of 2,200.
That's for, they take our stray dogs. Yeah. Okay. His question was $2,200 expenditure to the Highland Police Department. That's for our dogs that they house for us when we pick them up.
You mean stray dogs?
Stray dogs, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, can I have a vote then? You want to take a roll call vote, or do we just say, is it voice vote? Dave,
Aye.
you're muted, Dave.
It's roll call on Zoom, sorry.
Okay,
Every vote you take, Doc, on Zoom has to be via roll call.
okay, got it. Okay, so you want to take that, Steve?
Sure. Dr. Lauren Brown, how do you vote?
Yes.
Jerry Baffa, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mike Clark, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Linda Dunn, how do you vote?
Yes.
It's 4-0.
Okay, so that's approved. Next, Superior Monthly Report. Linda, do you want to take it for there?
Yeah, Jerry and I talked about the report, well, emailed back and forth about the report. I forwarded 4 questions to Dave Faber, and Tristan responded to my questions. There were just a couple of comments that I didn't fully understand, and he gave me complete answers. Everything really is in line. One of my concerns was whether the construction in town has, had an effect overall on ambulance service, response time. And Tristan assured me that Dave Pelk keeps, or someone from the fire department keeps Superior informed about, the latest status with construction, and the fact that they have the emergency vehicle, the ERV, posted pretty much in the center of town seems to be helping. So at least that vehicle is getting to calls, perhaps just a few, less, slightly ahead of the ambulances themselves at times. So I don't know, I had satisfactory answers to the couple questions I posed. I think we're doing pretty good. So no real concerns on Jerry's part or my part.
So can I have a vote to approve that section of the meeting on the Superior's report?
Jerry,
I motion to approve the Superior report.
I'll second it.
we've got a motion and a second. Dr. Brown, how do you vote?
Yes.
Jerry Baffa, how do you vote?
Yes.
Linda Dunn, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Mike Clark, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, passes 4-0.
Okay, Chief's comments.
Chief,
You want to go first, Steve?
I could. The only comments we have right now, first of all, we, with COVID hitting the town, we've had increase in use by a lot of Illinois residents to the parks, as was brought up by Board of Safety member Mike Clark last meeting. And it seems like also Marco's Bar and Grill has a significant increase in patrons coming over the state line to seek libations. Police department worked with Parks and the council and everybody affected, and they limited the hours at the park, like the rest of the park hours now are from basically dawn to dusk. The police department has been going in there dutifully every day, making sure that they're out of the park in a timely manner. Seems to have worked effectively. The other problem spot is Marco's Bar and Grill. We had a meeting with him 2 weeks ago. He's assured us that he was going to limit his hours of operation and to count heads. That hasn't happened as of yet. We're going to take other measures, if I could just be vague on that, to ensure that we get compliance. And go ahead.
I said sounds good.
All right. The only other thing police department has is, by policy, we have to keep our promotional lists active. Currently, they're set to expire, so we're just asking for an extension of 6 months to a year, whatever the board prefers, to keep that promotional lists active. That would be a promotional list for lieutenant and a promotional list for sergeant. We don't anticipate any vacancies, but it's more just formality to have that list active, and the board has to approve extending the list.
So I would make a motion to approve it for the year. We can always stop it, can't we?
Yeah, you have the discretion to do whatever you wish, yes.
Okay, so then I would say approve it for a year, and if we see a need to visit it sooner, we can always do that. This way we don't have to keep bringing it up.
So we have a motion from Dr. Brown to extend the list. Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay. Linda
Dave?
Dunn seconds. We'll
Dave,
call-
you're on silent.
I know, I keep forgetting. Dr. Brown typically can't make a motion because he's the chair of the meeting.
Thank you. Jerry Baffa said he'll make the motion.
Okay.
So we have Jerry Baffa making the motion. We have Linda Dunn seconding it. Dr. Brown, how do you vote?
Yes.
Jerry Baffa, how do you vote?
Yes.
Linda Dunn? How do
Yes.
you- And Jerry, or I'm sorry, Mike Clark?
Yes.
Okay, passes 4-0. I think Chief Pelk is next, Dr. Brown.
Okay, Chief Pelk?
We're doing real well. There's just one issue I wanted to talk about. I don't know if anybody was aware or had any concerns, but that storm that we had last Wednesday inundated the 911 center to the point that some of the phone calls for emergency weren't even answered. There was many calls here at the firehouse during that incident, and this is being addressed by the fire chiefs and with the commissioners on Wednesday next week. We have a meeting. They were inundated with a little over 1,700 calls in an hour. Prior to that, they'd only had 393 calls at any one time. So the center was overwhelmed, and the fire chiefs aren't too happy about it. We've had some different ideas for them, and that's kind of been turned down. But we're going to get it rectified because we know that the way the storms have been coming and the way weather is, it's just going to be, it'll happen again. So we addressed it, and it is going to be taken care of in the as best possible way that we can, achieve it in the time element that we have. But I just didn't know if anybody was aware, because I'd gotten a few emails and the county has gotten emails. So I just wanted to make the board aware that it is going to be challenged and worked on to improve it. That's all I've got.
Okay. Just interrupting him for a second. So Steve, were the police overwhelmed too, or just the fire part of 911?
No, it's countywide. So there were a lot of 911 calls that were basically not answered. I think there's something like within an hour. Dave, what was it? was it something like 18,000 calls into the 911?
It was seven. To be exact, I think it was like 1,731 calls, and previous to, and that's in 1 hour. Prior to that, the most they had ever had during any incident was 393. There's only 20 call takers. They would need at least 36 at the time, and that's not been, funded for, and that they just don't have the room for that. So we're going to have to work on some plan to challenge, to make that better. The Pro QA is part of an issue because of the time delay that they ask all the questions. We may, and this is going to be suggestions that the fire chiefs are going to bring to the commission. Maybe they reduce some of the questions during the crisis when you have an issue, that they would be forward to it. Part of the problem is too, NIPSCO wasn't answering their calls, that they have their emergency numbers, and they were saying to call 911. So that overloaded the center. Back when this first was put together, when Hitchcock was hired, Chief, at that time it was Chief Konizik and myself were in those meetings, and we had asked him about a 311 line, and he said, well, we weren't paid, that wasn't paid for, they just wanted the 911 center activated. So this does have some overloads to the system, because we've pretty much stated to everybody, when you have an emergency or an issue, to call 911. So that inundates. In a storm like this, people call for a little bit of everything. Some things aren't necessary to be called to, but people want reactive activity, and calling 911, they want an answer, and that kind of put it, it's a countywide issue. It's not just Munster, but it'll be, I'm sure we can come to a better conclusion on what took place and be better prepared. So just giving you some heads up on it.
Chief Pelk, if you talk about the meeting next week, is that with the Lake County Board of Commissioners that's kind of overseeing the 911?
No, it's a special meeting that the fire chiefs have called with the fire commissioners for Mavis 207. That's the fire chiefs in Indiana. So we're having a special meeting just with them through the fire department, because we have offered a suggestion of what we call a storm plan, that we could help handle some of the incidents at 911. And so we're offering some suggestions, and we want the commissioners involved, because if it comes to finances, we want them to be aware of it without delaying meeting after meeting after meeting. So no, it's not an open meeting. It's just with the fire chiefs and the commissioners.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, any other chief's comments from either chief?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So is there any old business?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll close the old business. Is there any new business? Anybody have?
This is Mike Clark. I have one. Chief Pelk, I just have a question. I may have missed a formal announcement, and if so, I apologize. Was there an announcement? Are you retiring from the town? Is that?
I have not made that formal announcement just yet. Correct. It will be in the near future, but I have not made a date as yet. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Any other, what was that? Well, that was boards. So we're through new business, so that would be under board's comments. You have any other comments, Mike?
I don't, other than I heard that through a few people in the town that it was actually announced. So I was clarifying that.
Okay.
As a board, I think we should have a conversation somewhere else. I don't know if it's I don't think we should be doing this right here, but what kind of timeline might we be looking at, and what our next steps would be?
Okay. Dave, is that what we do?
That would be an executive session type of material. anything dealing with personnel, and clearly, the chief is personnel. So I would hold all comments or thoughts with regard to that until we could have an executive session.
Okay, so you guys let me know if you want to have an executive session and we'll call that. And we can just call, we don't have to do that during the meeting, right? I mean, we don't have to make a call for an executive session during the meeting, or do we?
No, you don't. If depending on what the what the chief's plans are, at any point, certainly the chair can call an executive session, and we can have have Chief Bell come in and we can talk about it.
Okay, well, I'd like to, if there is such a thing, as long as Mike is interested in it, I put Mike in charge of that subcommittee and let him do the legwork with you and set it up, whatever. That's okay.
Why don't we schedule or plan an executive session?
Okay. When would you like to have it? Tell me.
You can work that out through Nancy, and she can post it within the parameters of the law. If you just want to offline with Nancy and when it's a convenient date for everybody.
Okay. So, Mike, just let me know what you're thinking. Board's comments. Any other comments from Linda?
No, I just want to, other than to welcome Bob Dershowitz to the board.
There's Bob.
Such a formal Zoom introduction, and welcome.
Yeah. Board's comments. So then, Jerry, do you have any other comments?
Yeah, I have two comments. I just want to thank Joe Salas from Superior for giving me hard copies of the ambulance report. I think echo what Linda said, that they're doing a great job. Thank you. Second of all, we've talked before about having things put in the news you can use in the town. But since I live in a condo, I don't get that individually. I never noticed that any of those things put in the news you can use. Is that being followed up on? Like the pullover for the ambulances, with the sirens and that, things of that nature that we suggested be put into the news you can use?
Well, so you don't get it personally, but you want the comments in there.
No, the things that we suggested to be put in the news to let the people know what's going on, that we, like the amp, pull over for a siren, that was one thing that we.
Jerry, where did those comments, when were they made? When were the comments made that you talked
made
about?
over the last year or so.
Okay.
Well, I think one of the issues was putting the numbers back on your houses.
Right, the address issue was one of them.
Right.
And another issue was, to make sure you be aware of the circumstances in cases you see lights and sirens that pull over, so that they don't impede emergency vehicles.
So who's in charge of putting?
Mark Hyduk and Officer Greist, I know they both worked last year, towards the end of last year, on getting compliance with the addresses on the houses. Maybe Mark could speak to that part.
Mark?
Yeah, he's here and he can, we're talking about that. They have addressed that, and we will get that also in the news about the sirens, but the addresses have been working real well.
The addresses they've been going around town.
Yeah, but it has not been put in the news you can use.
I reintroduced the verbiage about addresses again. There's still some, but the vast majority have come in compliance with the address numbers. We're still dealing with a little bit in the alleyways, but that number is very, very small.
Hey, Mark.
The address campaign, you could say, is a success.
Mark, I don't know if you can hear Jerry Baffa, but his question was, in addition to all you've done, getting everybody in compliance, the question from him was it put in the news you can use?
I'm sorry, was it put in the news?
Yeah, was it put in the news you can use mailing?
Yes, it was. It was put in the news you could use on this last month. And I will add in if you hear lights and sirens, please move to the right for this coming month if you would like.
It was in news you can use. And he's going to add about pulling over for sirens. He said thank you.
And from a clarification standpoint, the news you can use is actually compiled by the town manager's office, and they send out an announcement to each of the departments probably about the middle part of the month, asking for any kind of input or suggestions or write-ups. So any department has the opportunity to put those in there, and over the course of the last months, there has been quite a bit of information. I would just caution that a one-time, there might be some, if it's an important issue, having it included in the news you can use a couple times, 2 months in a row or something might be a wise idea, just because I'm not sure how many people read that all the time. So just because it's in there one time doesn't mean, while it gets mailed to all the residents in town, doesn't necessarily mean that all the residents read that every month.
Exactly.
If I may, for the addresses, we ran it 3 different months. I was on WJLB. We talked about it on JLB. We posted it out on social media through PD and FD and through the town website. So that was the way we addressed that.
And that's great to hear. I guess that underscores, again, Mark, nice job with that, because again, we need to have multiple levels of communication with the residents, and that's great to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, in my line of work or what I do, I've never heard it once or read it once. So I don't, maybe there's, I don't know how else to get it out, where if you don't read the paper, you don't read that insert. I don't know what else we could do. So is there any other, who's left? Mark, Mike, did you have any other comments from the board?
No, I don't.
Okay, so that should be I didn't skip anybody. Then can I have a motion for adjournment? Oh, and I want to, if there's nothing important, if there's nothing going on, nothing has to be passed, we'll eliminate the September meeting. There's a lot of vacations. I know Nancy's going to be on vacation. So unless there's something important, we're going to have this extra meeting that Mike wants. So we won't have a regular meeting in September unless somebody needs a vote on something. So can I have a motion for adjournment?
Chairman Brown, can I just ask, since Wendy misses on the line, and to welcome Dr. Dershowitz to the board, is there a time frame of a oath of office or anything, Wendy, or does that need to be done at a public meeting?
No, he has to go to the town hall. That's the reason he's not on today. He has to go to, not the town hall. This has to be done at Lake County, and she sent him a letter. He has to go to Lake County to the clerk's office there and get sworn in and sign the papers. There's no swearing in the town.
Okay, thank you.
Right, Wendy?
Right, he has all the information that he needs. He goes to the Lake County clerk. He's on vacation this week, so I think that he's planning to do it this week. So I think all the wheels are in motion.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so can I have a motion? There's any other comments, Chuck?
None.
We've given you a chance there. No, you have no comments?
No other comments for me.
Okay, so now can I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make the motion.
I motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
So
We got a motion from Mike Clark to adjourn and a second from Jerry Baff.
all those in favor, we got a vote. Linda?
Dr. Brown, do you move for adjournment?
Yes.
Gary Baffa, do you move for adjournment?
Yes.
Linda Dunn, do you move for adjournment?
Yes.
And Mike Clark, move for
Yes.
adjournment? Okay, we're officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Have a great month.
You too. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay.